If you Googled the word berberine, many people want to find out the two following questions. What does berberine do for the body? And does berberine reduce belly fat? Well, if you appear to be one of those people, let me help you to understand what's the buzz about chemical compounds. But before we move to understand the health benefits of berberine, let's quickly talk about the origin of berberine. It appears that this bitter, yellow-colored compound is commonly found in trees like turmeric, Oregon grape, European barberry, or philodendron. As a naturally occurring alkaloid, it was first isolated from Coptis chinensis, a Chinese herb whose roots have been widely used as a traditional medicine. Although modern science has confirmed that it has impressive benefits for several health problems, there is still a lot of research going on to discover more about its potential. Wondering if it is a helpful diabetic treatment? Can it help with ulcer symptoms? Let's dive in to find out. Number 1. Berberine possesses an antioxidant property. Antioxidants act as scavengers of free radicals in your body. Free radicals lead to major health problems, including cancer and heart disease. To reduce the free radicals in your body, you should add antioxidant-rich compounds like berberines. The antioxidant activity of berberine is activated via the scavenging pathway. In fact, according to a study on rats that were fed 200 milligrams of berberine for 2 weeks, it was found that the advancement of free radical damage slowed down in their bodies along with oxidative stress markers. Although it was an animal study, you might be doing your immune system a whole lot of good when you start taking berberine. Number 2. Managing blood sugar. Managing blood sugar levels can be a task sometimes, but you can do it by incorporating berberine into your diet, as berberine helps improve blood sugar metabolism. To confirm this, a 2020 study on the effects of berberine on glucose lipid metabolism found that it causes smaller spikes in blood sugar levels after consuming glucose. Another study conducted with 116 diabetic patients who were given 1 gram of berberine per day recorded that patients had a 20% decrease in their fasting blood sugar level from 126 to 101 mg/dl. Interestingly, the study also found that berberine helps to improve insulin sensitivity and reduce inflammatory response levels, so this might be a valid resource against high blood sugar levels. Number 3. Improves irritable bowel syndrome. Are your bathroom habits interfering with your daily life? If so, you need to do something about it. And luckily, berberine is one effective remedy that can help. First, it inhibits mucosal inflammation, prevents stress-induced intestinal inflammation, and visceral hypersensitivity. By doing all these things, berberine reduces bowel motility. Okay, but has this benefit been proven, you may ask? Well, according to a recent study published on Naturopathic Doctor News and Reviews, berberine supplementation was more effective in reducing the frequency and urgency of bowel movements when compared to a placebo group. The participants who were suffering from diarrhea predominant irritable bowel movement saw an improvement in symptoms after 4 weeks of taking 200 milligrams berberine hydrochloride. But I must warn you, before you start taking berberine, make sure you speak to your health provider to find out the right dose for your body. Before we continue, be more intentional about your health by clicking the subscribe button and ringing the notification bell so you will be the first to know when we upload health-related content like this one. Number 4. It helps fight cancer. This awful and horrifying disease has been a menace for years now. However, the best bet to win against it is by early detection and prevention. The good news is that berberine is one supplement that can help you fight cancer. Yes, this is because berberine has great anti-tumor effects on multiple types of cancerous cells. It influences several intracellular targets participating in the cell cycle, apoptosis, and different pathways of signal transmission. It also induces apoptosis and suppresses cancerous cell growth. In fact, studies have shown that including berberine in your supplement reduces your risk of developing bladder and colon cancer. In another test study, it was found that berberine has very low toxicity in relatively high doses and reveals significant clinical benefits without major side effects. Similarly, in an animal study, it was confirmed that berberine exerts an anti-tumor effect on a variety of tumors in vivo, especially for lung cancer and breast cancer. So even if you are not a big fan of berberine, consider taking it at least for this benefit. Number 5. Berberine has an anti-aging property. Well, science has found that berberine has the ability to activate the longevity pathway, known as adenosine monophosphate activated protein kinase or AMPK. This pathway, by the way, is similar to a metabolism's master switch, which aids in weight loss. But aside from helping you shed some fat and be in top shape, there is a need to protect your organs as well. So in a research published in the NAD+ Aging Science journal, berberine was found to slow signs of aging in heart cells, including decreasing cellular senescence, a critical state where cells can no longer divide and multiply. Wait, that's not all. The antioxidants in berberine also play a role in its anti-aging property. Several studies have shown these antioxidants are effective in combating skin infections and keeping the skin youthful and fresh. So just think for a second, if you could combine berberine with a healthy diet and a lifestyle, how much better you would feel. Before we move on, I have an interesting fact for you. Did you know that berberine root extract is non-GMO and vegan-friendly? Yes, it's still a top choice for all our vegan friends who are watching this video. Number 6, it alleviates ulcer symptoms. This benefit might be least known, but it is true. According to a pooled study published on PubMed, including berberine in standard triple therapy increased the Helicobacter pylori eradication rate in people suffering from peptic ulcer by 12%. Meanwhile, one 2022 study in ResearchGate Journal reported that berberine, being an isoquinoline alkaloid, protects against acute gastroenteritis and inhibits gastric ulcers. So, if you have difficulties facing this condition and if you want to improve symptoms of ulcer, making berberine part of your supplements will be a step in the right direction, although I would suggest discussing it with a medical professional first. And number 7. Berberine lowers cholesterol levels. As one of the risk factors for heart disease, high cholesterol levels is something you shouldn't ignore. In fact, heart disease is currently the world's most common cause of premature death. In order to avoid being counted among the growing population of people living with this disease, you need foods and supplements that lower your cholesterol level. Thankfully, berberine happens to be one of them. A review of 11 studies on PubMed showed that berberine can lower total cholesterol by 24 mg/dl, LDL cholesterol, and blood triglycerides by 24 mg/dl and 25 mg/dl respectively. Also, the same review reported that berberine increases the good cholesterol by 2 mg/dl. At this point, it wouldn't be wrong to say that berberine drastically reduces your risk of developing heart disease. As you may tell, berberine has some amazing health benefits that should really help you in the long term. One of the benefits that stuck with me is that berberine can help you to slow down the aging process. But what if I told you there is another way on how you can not only slow down aging, but maybe even reverse it? The next video I have for you is showing how these 6 longevity supplements that Dr. David Sinclair has discussed how to reverse aging. Curious to find out? Let's take a look.